And now I have a great pleasure to welcome Tommi Moore from the Finnish Broadcasting Company and Henrik Hagren from Aalto University Laser Scanning Research Unit. How do you say huippuyksikkö? Well, the Center of Excellence Research Unit, and they will talk about the collaborations you have been doing in laser scanning and VR. Please.
Thank you so much for the invitation, and thanks that it's we are really happy to come and tell about our small project in the virtual reality world, and it's one of the first projects we have done in YLE so far. But let's start with a short introduction about ourselves. I'm Tommi Moore, and I'm working as a manager for directors and production coordinators at Swedish-speaking YLE, and I have previously been working at the Arcada Film School together with Robert there, and also enjoyed a lot of GM conferences together with colleagues, and I can see a lot of colleagues and friends here as well. I'm started to work as a multi-camera director, and I've been working for that for around 10-15 years in the broadcast industry, and since last August I'm back at the YLE working with these issues.
Yes, and I'm Henrik Hagren. Nice to meet you here. My background is land surveyor, and I'm currently, I've been quite a long time already, professor in photogrammetry at the University of Technology first, and nowadays it's the Aalto School of Engineering. There we are within the Department of Built Environment, and the reason I'm here is that we are currently working quite a lot with very modern technologies concerning the data collection within geoinformatics, and I will talk the second part.
Okay, so let's start. We have been, of course, we have a big team working with this. Not so big as in a lot of future films, but we are around 10 persons have been involved in these projects. From YLE, we have been around 5 and 6 persons, and I guess that around 10 persons has been involved from Aalto. But why is a national broadcaster engaged in virtual reality? First of all, we can see that definitely VR is something of huge interest among, also about our audience. And we can see also that it's a great tool, especially when we are talking about e-learning and such thing. And e-learning is a part of our strategy also for the national broadcaster. It's a definite must for a broadcaster. We can see around in the Europe we have a lot of companies who has done huge effort from ZDF, ARD, we have Sky News, BBC of course, and a lot of other companies. And also broadcasters in both Belgium and Netherlands have been active in this area. We also have proof of concept cases with AR and VR concepts which are going on, just to learn more and to see how we can use these more in our normal productions. And YLE has also, together with the Finnish Virtual Reality Association, founded a virtual hub which is also situated in the broadcast center here in Helsinki. It's a place where startup companies can come together and test, use equipment, Oculus glasses and such things to see and test that how the products work. And then we also have a big drama series just now going on, Heroes of the Baltic Sea, which will be partly be on television and partly on the web. And but they have shootings this week, so nobody could come and give a present the production in more in detail. But we are here to talk about the case Lapinlahti, or Voices from the Room of Souls. The project is telling about the mental health, and also about and of course the main reason is also to support well-being in Finland, and also to lower the barriers for them who need help for a healthy life. Let's first say some words about Lapinlahti. Lapinlahti Mental Hospital is a very famous building here. It has had an important role in Finland, and it was built for this purpose already around 100 years ago, but of course in that time when people were isolated and also they were changing them to beds and such thing, but slowly more modern methods also came into the site. But it's a really important place in the history of Finland, and we have a lot of artists and writers who have been there for a long time. One Alexis Kivi, who is one of our national writers, was there for several years. But it ceased its operation in 2008, but there's a lot of stories connected to this one. So what are we really doing there? We are doing a cross-platform production with a lot of different outputs, where we have also, of course, we will have both in radio, in television. We will also have in our video-on-demand service, Arena, and it will also be connected to the special YLE celebrating 90 this year, so we have a special occasion also for that. And then we will have also to have online model, in Unity-based online model, where you can explore and take part of this. But let's talk more in detail. First of all, it consists of an event. We will set up an audio installation in the old hospital. It's empty now. So our sound supervisor will also hide loudspeakers, and we will let people enter the building, and while they are exploring the corridors and the rooms, there will be stories. So you can build up a own story by choosing where you are going. Are you going to the main doctor's room, or are you going to Alexis Kivi's room, and you can get different kind of stories that way. And that will be connected to the Helsinki Festival, which is during the Night of Arts in August in Helsinki. But of course we can reach only one part of the audience with that, only those who are here in Helsinki. And we can't take more than some thousand perhaps for a visit. Behind the production is our Swedish-speaking Radioteatern, which produces radio plays, and they will do also a radio version, full radio play about the Lapinlahti story. And our producer have been gathering a lot of old letters and diaries and stories, and as part of this we also have on the website asked for stories from Lapinlahti. So there are a lot of real life stories which will be told there. And those stories are also published on the web. We also have some of programs related to Lapinlahti available on our video-on-demand service, Arena, so people can go there to watch more if they want to have. And then the main thing, and why perhaps we are here, is that we will have an online VR experience. We will try to also create an online environment where a viewer can go and visit Lapinlahti and try to get almost the same but different experience. And together with Aalto, we have been creating a 3D model of the whole hospital interior, every room. We also have set up, brought old furniture, set up old dining table, the dining room looks like from 50 years ago and such things. And we also have the electric shock room there and everything else, and everything has been scanned and put into a 3D world. And inside that 3D world, we will also set up an audio story. We have been recorded with the actors. They are mixing this week, but last week we finished the recordings. So we have famous actors doing different roles there. And we put everything together also in the 3D world. And the main purpose is, of course, that the viewer can choose, can enter the hospital, can choose which route or where to go, and also build their own story and explore those things which are of their interest. So the audio stories will tell about, of course, from patients' views. We will have the doctor's room, electric shock therapy room is really important. It was actively used for 50, 60 years ago. And solitary rooms will be available, dining room, and of course also the corridor. And the thing here is that we haven't done it we haven't used modeling drawings to make similar copies, but we have, together with Aalto, we have been doing 3D model of the scanning and doing a 3D model of the actual building. So the spatial audio is really important here, because when you go inside and visit the virtual world, you can navigate by listening to the dialogues and following those stories you are interested in. So also when you turn, of course also the sound will change. So everything is connected to audio. For the narrative, that's the most important thing. And the segments are around from around 90 seconds to 3 minutes each story, and then you can just go and choose. And we have 2 floors to explore, so it's even possible to use the staircase and go up to the next floor and just for a visit. And one main reason, of course, is that we know that the most of the audience for a radio play is rather us radio listeners as usual. But we hope that through this online experience also can have some of the younger ones to come and also get the experience of listening to a radio play for the first time. We have a demo model here, which I can shoot, but this is just a demo, so it's not the finished one, but you can see how it looks like and how it works. And let's see if I can change, so we can explore for a while. Okay. Yeah.
Varsågod.
Det är jag inte. Det är jag inte mera.
Okay.
Du ska inte lämna mig.
Släpp.
So I can walk around. Now I'm inside a room here, and I can of course go and visit wherever I want to go. Look around. But as I said, this is the first demo model we have, and it's based on Unity. So it has been done on, of course, a 3D model, and which is then imported to Unity. And the sounds all the sound effects sound work are done inside Unity.
Du dör snart. Du dör snart. Du dör snart.
And here also we have set up the dining room. It's with tables and plates and everything, but it will be changed from this model.
Du dör snart.
But I hope you will get some kind of you can understand how it works. And of course we haven't been using any normal camera here, what have been used here is all the laser scanning equipment what the Aalto has and so. Okay, so let's go back to that. So the most important thing for us is that we have to try to do different kind of productions to learn. So because we know that there are new rules, it's a new platform, everything in VR is behaved differently, and the only way how we can learn how to use it storytelling wise is to practice, to get some experience and to see. And we're really happy for the partnership with Aalto because we see also that we need new competences and new expertise to go. We can't just, we have a lot of experts in producing film and television inside the Finnish broadcasting company. But when we are coming to these, we need to find also know-how from outside and to help us to go on. And that's why we are so happy. And let's give Henrik a possibility to tell more about the technology here behind.
Thank you. The Center of Excellence in Laser Scanning Research is a kind of network where we are with. So it consists of us in geoinformatics. We have people or field sciences within technology, in information sciences, universities of applied sciences, and companies. So we have a rather wide network, all focusing on the same topic. Here we have some examples of our previous works. They are mostly three-dimensional constructions, small, larger, and we also are, of course, traditionally working with maps and satellite images. So we have a very wide scale of field of interest. As a university group, we cannot rely only on equipment or technology what we can buy. We have to also create our own, which is then coming perhaps later in everyday use. So we are very tightly connected to the technological development as well. So the main aim is to change theory to practices when using all the network of people, students and researchers from the other world. Here, the technology is more or less close range laser scanning, mobile laser scanning, because we are connecting environment, or we are recording models from environment around us. This is an example of mobile laser scanning by walking. You can see we go through the environment and we collect the data as point clouds. This was, the instrumentation was our own, built. Here, example is from the air. We see more, we get more overview from the environment. And nowadays it's very, very usual to use drones for that. Because the drones you can equip with laser scanners, with small cameras, and other kind of instrumentation, which is necessary for the recording. Inside the buildings, we use laser scanners as well, or very handy Matterports, which are more or less ranging instruments. And then we have here in the lower part, we have a panoramic camera, which is very stable and very accurate. It's very important that all the information we collect from the different devices is collected in the same accurate reference frame. And this can be done with these different devices. Here is an example of a laser scanner, a set of several sets of laser scanner point clouds in an environment. You will see that it is a really true put of the environment, and that kind of information is the part which is used then when modeling that for further use. This was from Otaniemi. So the process we are interested and concentrating are the instrumentation, the measurement devices, different kind of measurement devices. Here you don't see the aerial photographs or satellite images, but these are included. And then the main aim for us as researchers is that how to exactly match different three-dimensional images into each other. And it's more difficult the more small details we have. You can consider printing three colors in a one picture. If they don't match, you don't see the real picture. That's the same with three-dimensional information, but much more harder. And the next step is to build up the models and then the application, as we see here, as virtual reality experiments. Here we have some examples from our other projects at Lapinlahti, and this is what we achieve if we do the work carefully and collect different data. This is all collected with laser scanner and some images for textures. That was what I wanted to say. Now we can discuss. I have here some examples more for you to see from. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we have time for a couple of questions before the next presentation.
Sorry, I'm losing my voice. The microphone helps. When you're talking about data integration, do you mean the laser scanning?
Laser scanner data from different locations, from different time points, if you want to get some kind of dynamic features, and also real images, or data which has been collected previously, for augmented reality things, so that if you want to put something, some plans, design things on the same model. Or audio.
I wanted to ask, YLE is broadcasting major, yeah? Mainly broadcasting.
Yes, yes.
So how do you see virtual reality in the platform of broadcasting? How are you going to broadcast this?
First of all, for YLE, web is first already. We have the normal TV channels are in the second priority. The first thing what we are doing will always be online. So we can see that the audience has changed, and so do we have to do. We can't just stand in Remain and do only traditional television broadcast. We have to follow what the audience needs and to find the role of broadcaster in this new environment. But we are doing the first steps. We are not. We have a way to go.
So web will be the first platform?
The web, of course, is now the first platform for us also.